Okay. You know, sometimes I be like, is this shit worth it, bro? Like, man, TikTok be hating, IG be hating. I just got off of probation on YouTube. Sometimes I'm just like, maybe they got the message. Maybe you should stop making these videos because, yo, God, it's just a headache sometimes. Fudge, you know? They gonna try to catch me slipping like they did Rashad Jamal. They gonna try to get me like they did Young Pharaoh. Like, fuck. Damn. And the moment that somebody like me starts saying some shit like, hey y'all, they watching me, it's like, oh, that nigga crazy. So I can't say shit like that. You know, I can't say shit like that. I just gotta deal with it, you know, in silence. But it is what it is, man. We all choose the paths that we want to walk, right? We all choose the paths that we want to walk. I don't gotta be doing this, but I choose to, so. You know? Which is like, which is why it baffles me how they have like an entire Gaia network, how they have like all of these supposed, you know, whatever. Anyway, so watching how sovereignty moves, they always try to silence the truth. May you be, yeah. It's kind of. I guess I'm striking a nerve. Maybe I'm saying some shit that they don't want me to say. You know, if I was sitting up here, like, I can tell you one thing though. If I was sitting up here telling y'all a bunch of bullshit, I wouldn't be fucked with at all. If I was sitting here, my ears are on fire. Like, my ears have been ringing like crazy. If I was sitting here telling y'all just straight up bullshit, you know? So anyway, I did put the Great Lakes on my prediction list for this year because I do see a lot of activity happening with the Great Lakes this year. And those two things are correlated, water and artificial intelligence. Just let me go back to that. I love dates, man. These dates are so good. So the one thing that I'm actually hoping doesn't happen this year is water scarcity, because apparently the new hot commodity in Silicon Valley is water. Like, there are a bunch of like tech companies and a bunch of like, you know, what do you call it? Investors who are looking to get water. Dates are the right. This is my third date today. Yo, I love them things. But yeah, I believe that that's one thing that I will look out for this year. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but if we do face some type of like water scarcity crisis, it's directly connected to artificial intelligence. Oh, let me change the lighting. As a filmmaker, you would think I would have better lighting on myself. So that's what I would pay attention to. I keep getting this feeling to stock up on water, so I've just been following my gut. Yes, please follow. Yes, most definitely. One thing that I would follow close would be so something. Here's what's gonna happen pretty soon, and if I were you, I would get ahead of it. Y'all know those 5 gallon water containers? Right now, you can go and get one. Like, I can go to the nearest bodega and grab a 5 gallon water thing for like $10. That price is going to increase. Okay, so if possible, if you have storage space, if you don't have storage space, call up your mom and dad, see if they can store it for you. But I would buy like a good, like 20 gallons, so that's like 4 of those 5 gallon things. If you can, buy 5 of them. Buy them and never use them. I mean, like, buy them and forget about them. And most importantly, don't tell anybody you have them. I see videos where people like showing their entire like supply on TikTok. Don't do it. Don't be one of those people, because your neighbors are keeping tabs as well. Your neighbors should never know what you got in your emergency supply ever. That's mistake number 1. Because when they run out, guess who they go come knocking on? Why did that cross my mind today? Exactly. I mean, this isn't one of those years where it's a 9-year, y'all. Next one we begin again. Next one we start over again. Next year is a 1 year. It's a new beginning. So if you have a new beginning, that means an ending. That's this year. Now the thing that I haven't spoken about yet, that I really don't want to speak about because I don't want to speak any power into it, is this war. Now, what's going to happen is that nobody here was alive. Well, maybe there are a few people in here who were alive in the 70s, but I can only imagine what the 70s were like, right? You had war and you had drugs. That's this year. Drugs are going to be skyrocketing. People are going to be looking to escape. Alternate realities. Pisces. Drugs are going to be heavy this year. And one main reason that drug usage is going to be heavy this year is for people to escape the reality of war. War is not hypothetical anymore, y'all. It's looming. You can literally hear the clock ticking. Saturn is going into Aries, Neptune is going into Aries, and there hasn't been a time in the recent history that Saturn and Neptune has went into Aries and there wasn't a war. Through all the recent transitions that Uranus has went into Gemini, there has been civil war. Guess what's taking place this year? Uranus is going into Gemini. I made a video about this called Changing of the Lords. That's this year. This year is the changing of the lords. What lords are changing? Uranus, Saturn, Neptune. Pluto already did the big one. Pluto ain't going back to Capricorn. Pluto's posted for the next 20 years. Spiritual warfare. Man, I really, side note, I can't get California off of my head, man. I truly hope everybody's okay because I just know how the winds like pick back up at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking that the observatory is about to be taken. If the observatory is gone, Runyon Canyon was on fire, so I'm surprised the Hollywood sign isn't gone. For anybody who's been to LA, do you know how Runyon Canyon is Runyon Canyon, bro? And that shit was on fire. Now, I was expecting to see the Hollywood sign catch on fire because that's Runyon Canyon. If we would have saw the Hollywood sign, oh yo, that would have been so symbolic. So symbolic. But I mean, to go back in history a little bit, it's only the new LA that's burning. Old LA is still underground. For a lot of people who don't know, Los Angeles has an entire underground system, like an underground city system. That's old Los Angeles. What we see today is new Los Angeles. So everybody's talking about like the underground tunnels and pipes and yeah. If you go downtown LA, certain parts, and you look beyond like the thick glass, you can see underground. Especially like around Los Angeles and 6. Go to Los Angeles and 6. Look down at the thick plates on the ground. You can see straight through the ground to old Los Angeles. LA and 6. Some parts of LA Live you can probably see it, but yeah, I used to live right there at DTLA. But to look on the good side of things, y'all, I don't want this to come out the wrong way, but I'm actually like happy. Not about the fire, about any, like, I'm actually happy that everything is being exposed so that we don't have to continue going down a path where people are blinded to the truth. Like, all of this stuff with Hollywood, with the underground tunnels, with like, everything needs to be exposed first so a lot of people can wake up. And that is what's going to trigger the mass spiritual awakening, because people are going to be tired of living with the blindfold on. Even my dad, I was talking to my dad today. My dad he don't believe any lick of conspiracy, anything. You know, he's total straight edge, like square, like good type of dude. That's my papa. And today he said something that was kind of like conspiratorial. I was like, Pop? So, I mean, you're going to have like people who never entertain a conspiracy theory, who's going to start to put 2 and 2 together this year, you know? The blinders are being removed. it's gonna take it's gonna take a massive focus too. Like the majority of, especially the United States, since this can be a very like ethnocentric type of viewpoint, what I'm about to say. But since us here in the United States, we kind of like are the most influential in the whole world, people look at us to see what we're doing, to see what's going to be the popular trend, right? So if majority of us who kind of like run the wave here in the United States, if we start to focus on the massive change, meaning like if we say like fuck the distractions, like if we get rid of like all of the things that distract us for at least like a week, like no twerk videos, no like just nonsense videos, just kind of everybody just kind of focus on change, you know, like the truth, like that type of, it's going to take that immense focus. It's going to have to be 51%, because 50-50 is not enough. It has to be 51-49 for this to work. The majority has to be focused on positive change, spiritual change. Because right now it's like, imagine if you went to a classroom and you saw 3 people that were vertically challenged, meaning like, you know, little people, running a classroom of like 20 giants. And the little people were telling the giants what to do, and the giants were unaware of their power. That's what we have in the United States. We have a council of like a few up against billions. And right now we're reduced to silent protesting from our phones. You know, like, oh, this sucks, or oh, I wish we can go out there and do something. We have to figure out a way to take the power back. And that's what they're afraid of. With Pluto and Aquarius, that's why they have been grasping for straws, because when Pluto was in Capricorn, they have had the power for the last 20 years with Pluto and Capricorn. Capricorn is the government. It's politicians. That's Capricorn. Aquarius is the people, the collective, us. We have the power now, and they know that. But majority of us don't know that. That's the problem. So also with Pluto and Aquarius, that's why you have all of this exposing that's happening, because Pluto is a sign of exposure. It's the occult. It dives deep. I know I got Pluto in my first house, you know, at the first degree. I'm literally Pluto. Pluto dives deep. Pluto exposes. Pluto is hidden mysteries to the collective, to Aquarius. That's why everything that we have wondered about for the past, I don't know how long, you won't have to be worrying or you won't have to wonder for too much longer, because everything is being exposed. I was actually surprised that we're having an election this year, because with the power being back in the hands of the people, I'm gonna wait until after January 20th. If the inauguration goes peachy, Trump is sworn in, there's no whatever, then that in itself is going to be a different sign for the entire year. But if the inauguration happens and there are explosions, then that's a different sign. I repeat, if the inauguration happened and there are explosions, then that's a different sign. When is the Super Bowl again, y'all? Peace, peace, beauty by nature. When is the Super Bowl again? Where did the so it was in New Orleans that the what just took place in New Orleans at the beginning of the year? Was it January the 1st that happened? Pay attention to the Super Bowl. What parallel is the Super Bowl happening on? I feel like I'm a broken record because I speak about this so much. Y'all should know by now. What degree is the Super Bowl happening on this year? We're parallel. Nerf made you weak than you are. I don't knowing, you know, the sister Maya Moss is about. I don't know who that is. She predicted all of this with the Super Bowl, Kendrick, all of it. Oh, that's awesome. I'm not going to say what's going to happen at the Super Bowl because I haven't looked into it yet, or I haven't received any type of like downloads about it yet, so I don't just want to like fly off the cuff and tell you anything. But this is a 9-year. February. What's happened February 9th? What's happened on February 9th? She is a great matriarch that came up under Bobby Hemmett. Oh, anybody that came up under Bobby Hemmett deserves a look. I'll definitely check her out. So this is a 9-year, and the Super Bowl is happening on the 36th parallel. '36 is 9. Now, if they try to troll us and they have some type of player wearing number 9 or like 3, I'm gonna lose my shit, because they always do the same thing, like these rituals. It's so like by now, if you've been following me or anybody like Bobby Hemmett or Dr. Phil Valentine, anybody, you should be able to recognize these patterns by now. Especially with all of the great teachers we had come before us. Bobby Hemmett, Dr. Phil Valentine, who else? Delbert Blair, Dr. Delbert Blair, Ashe, Like, we've had so many great teachers in this lifetime come before us that if y'all done a word, you should know. Ashe, If anything, man, I would just say continue to listen to your intuition, because everybody in here, like, if you have a decalcified pineal gland, you should be getting these downloads like clear as day. I would implore you to take ginkgo biloba this year. Get very familiar with ginkgo biloba, bacopa, chaga mushroom. Introduce these to your body so that you can start to clear your channel. Some people might be, when you're switching radio stations and like you almost got the station, but it's bleeding in between two stations. That's what's happening when your pineal gland is calcified. It's like you can get the downloads, kinda. They're not coming through clear enough. Your dreams are like kinda clear, but they're not really clear. You don't really have lucid dreams because your pineal gland is calcified. The moment you start to decalcify your pineal gland, you're going to be like, holy shit, dreaming is like this? And then you'll start to have downloads come to you in your dreams, especially if you have powerful Pisces placements. Billy Carson. Does alcohol cause? Let me rephrase that, or let me put that question back to you. What benefit does alcohol have to the body? I don't want to speak on Billy Carson. I try not to speak negatively about anybody that looks like me, especially if they haven't given me a reason to speak about them. That man's out here doing this, minding his business. He don't got, I don't know that man. If I met him, then that'd be a different story. He's never reached out to me, even though a lot of people has always tagged him in my lectures. He's never reached out. I still see Young Pharaoh on TikTok as well. Like he goes live a lot, but it's not the same. I never met him either, but like he used to drop fire ass lectures, Yeah, so Sophia, what benefit does alcohol have to your body besides demonic possession? Lion's mane, definitely. Lion's mane is that. And what's funny about lion's mane is that it's also a parasite. It's funny that these things that can help us are actually like parasites as well. That's funny. This elderberry is more so for your immune system. Again, for the shameless plug, only because I put together a herbal blend called 3 Eyes Wide that literally opens up your pineal gland and helps you see everything. If you don't believe me, just go on my website and read the reviews. I take it myself. My pineal gland is wide the fuck open. My dreams are like adventures. Pisces, moon, and rising here definitely need a tune-up. If you're a Pisces moon and rising, I would have to see your chart to see those degrees and those aspects, but that's powerful, man. to be a Pisces moon and a rising, to have the moon in your first house. Hello? Unless, yeah, to have the moon in your first house. Is Jupiter a strong Pisces placement? Yeah. Yeah. Jupiter is the traditional ruler of Pisces. Jupiter is at home. Especially if Jupiter is trining or sextiling Mercury or the moon. If you have any of those aspects and you aren't having daily visions, or like if you're not a dream psychic, what are you doing? You know? Pisces is it's a higher octave of Mercury. Like, just like Pluto is a higher octave of Mars. If I had Pisces placements, I would have been assassinated by now. I don't have any Pisces placements. I have other placements that give me my psychic powers. But if you have Pisces placements and they're conjunct, I bet you I'm in a room full of psychics right now, and y'all just don't know it. Heard he was a con man. Billy Carson? I try not to speak negatively about anybody because I don't want anybody speaking negatively about me. Pisces sun here with the cap stellium, very intuitive. If you're a cap stellium, Pisces sun, I don't know. I'm surprised you're even watching this video and you're not working. What the hell? I would have to see that chart though. I drank for the first time in a year and it made me feel disconnected. Oh yeah, please don't ever do that again. He's a Page Shield. Ooh. I would have loved to see you on Black Magic channel. I don't know who that is, but alright. You know, to be honest though, let me just be transparent. There are 1 second, y'all. There are some people who have reached out to me to go live, or not just like podcast or whatever, and I was in a phase where I didn't want to fuck with nobody, because I was going through some stuff publicly with somebody trying to attack me online, so I was just kind of like denying everybody. But I will start to link up with some of these people in the future. It's all about collective, you know, the collective. Mugwort. I can't speak right now. Mugwort can help with lucid dreaming. Yeah. Also, Emia solicifera. That is also known as sun opener. It's a powerful herb. Can't really find it all too well, but sun opener is actually, I need to get some seeds to start growing my own sun opener. But that's a powerful dream herb, but also a powerful parasite killer. Emia solicifera. Lion's mane is great for soup broth. Ooh, that sounds really good. I want some lion's mane nuggets. Jupiter is my first house in Cancer. Oh, you sensitive as hell. If Jupiter is in your first... Oh, wait. You got Jupiter in Cancer. I wonder what degree it is, because we would be best friends. Side note, if you have a friend and their Jupiter is close to your sun, that's a best friend synastry placement. So if you have somebody who's like really close to you and you see that placement, that's one reason why, you know. Anybody who has like Jupiter in Cancer, especially like the later degrees, we automatically click. You're my people, right? I got somebody in the tribe right now over on Patreon. She has, um, I have Jupiter in Aquarius, right? We're always like, that's my homie. That's my homie. Um, I'm in the, I'm the dream interpreter for my family for Sun Pisces here. That's really good. Yeah, my sister is a Pisces moon. And every single time we talk on the phone, she's like, I know you don't want to hear about my dream, but just let me tell you about this. That's a Pisces moon, right? They always trying to tell you about their fucking dream. Always. You gonna hear it too. Everyone's psychic. Most people just don't know how to unplug from the matrix. That's false. Everybody's not psychic. You have a large amount of awakened souls who aren't NPCs who has the potential of tapping into their psychic energy. I would say that. So everybody can. There are the awakened people, meaning you're not an NPC. If you have the placements and you have a decalcified pineal gland, then you are able to tap into the collective consciousness, right? But that's completely different from being psychic, you know? Ra-Aku told me my chart said I was extremely intuitive. All right now. We can sharpen our ability, it just has been suppressed. That part. And it's still being suppressed. How far back am I in these comments? Someone please bless my Cash App year. Boy is surprised, homeless, and frigid. Okay. Who would ever beef with Astro? Like, come on. Right? Like, I don't bother anybody. Well, unfortunately, I did have a falling out with somebody that I did respect. And I have no idea why. Actually, I have an idea why, but I was like, damn, that sucks. I actually liked you. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, so back on track. So the Super Bowl. Y'all, the Super Bowl is going to be a show this year. But here's the thing that I would pay attention to. Let me bring back up the chart for the United States, because right now we still have Jupiter in the 7th house, which means that and it's retrograding. Oh shit. Oh, wait, hold up. What's the day of the Super Bowl? The Super Bowl is the um, 11th, February 11th. Okay. Yeah, so I put something on Twitter and I said, stay out of large crowds for the rest of the year. Stay out of, please, y'all, even if you think everything that I say is bullshit, like, please take heed to that one thing. Please stay out of large crowds for the rest of the year. Super Bowl included. Because it's just, ooh. The moon is going to be in Gemini. Oh no, this is January the 11th. Okay. Let me go to February the 11th. I was about to say, we're about to have a Cancer full moon. That can't be right. And you still have Mars retrograding in Cancer. I'm surprised, side note, I'm surprised there haven't been any, one second. Oh, 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 shit. Um, yeah, y'all. I'm not going. I don't even know how to say what I want to say. So the Super Bowl is going to be very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let me just say this because the numbers are not looking good astrologically. The numbers for the Super Bowl. Now, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Is the Super The internet is saying that it's on the 11th, but I'm seeing some people here saying that it's on the 9th. Which day is it? If it's on the 11th, not good. Will this be saved? I hope so. Looks, Instagram's not letting me download my videos right now. I'm gonna try. It's on the 9th. Okay, if it's on the 9th, why is ChatGPT saying the 11th? ChatGPT says the Super Bowl is on February the 11th at the Allegiant Stadium. Is ChatGPT wrong? Hold up. Are you sure it isn't the 9th? The 9th is on a Sunday. Super Bowl 2025. Super Bowl 2025. Oh yeah, it says February the 9th. Damn, this AI is stupid. Wait 1 second. That's good. Because if it was on the 11th, oh, we would have been fucked. But the 11th is still going to be a very interesting day. Y'all mark that down in your calendar. Wait. What day was I just looking at? Yeah, that was the 11th. But let me look at February the 9th. But y'all mark that down right now. Pay attention to the headlines on February the 11th. Okay? Then y'all come back to me February the 11th and see what happens that day. But here's what I want you to pay attention to, though. Have y'all ever heard the saying, how you start the year is how, like, it's going to be like, you know, what you kind of do throughout the year? Like, the thing that you are doing at, you know, how you bring in the year is how you're going to spend the year. Am I getting that wrong? Has anybody ever heard that before? That saying? Okay, so how do we bring in the year? What happened on the first? Yeah, okay. So there was that event in Las Vegas, and then there was that event in New Orleans. That's how we brought in the year. The explosion at the Trump Tower, that's symbolic. A Tesla truck exploding at the Trump Tower. And you see how Tesla and Trump are right now? That's a future, and that's symbolic for something to come in the future, but let's not focus on that right now. It's the story behind what they told us. Were these men were insurgents, right? That's what they said. Okay. Now, before I say this, whew, Lord. Okay, so hopefully you will understand this, but we have Jupiter in our 7th house of open enemies, okay? In Gemini. is conjunct Uranus at the 8th degree. Jupiter is at the 11th degree. Let me break this down in like a super non-boring astrological way, because I notice that sometimes y'all don't, only the people who know astrology only likes when I do the breaks down, I guess. Anyway, briefly, let me just break down what this means. Gemini rules over vehicles, automobiles, cars. Okay. Jupiter is in the 7th house of open enemies, and it's opposing the ascendant at 12 degrees. And it's conjunct Mars at the 21st degree in Gemini. What does all this means? This means that our open enemies, the house of open enemies, is opposing the ascendant of 12th house. The 12th house represents mysterious, unknown, who done it, we don't know. Sagittarius, foreign lands, foreign open enemies. Okay, the ascendant is the direct integrity of the United States, the structural integrity, the body of the United States, meaning that if something were to go against the ascendant, it can damage the integrity of the United States, the structural integrity, the foundation of the United States. With Jupiter retrograding conjunct Uranus at the 8th degree, Uranus represents groups of people. Gemini, cars. The 8th degree represents murder, to unalive somebody. This is why at the beginning of the year you had a bunch of automobiles, Gemini, roaming around looking to kill groups of people. Uranus at the 8th degree. Jupiter in Gemini, it blows up the situation. It emphasizes the situation. It enlarges the situation. So we're not out of, we're still there. We're still there in that window of Jupiter, in that. So we're not out of the clear. That's why I'm telling y'all, pay attention to the Super Bowl. Pay attention to the inauguration. Sister Lee, love, yes, wartime. We are already there. Especially if anybody here is familiar with the art of war. Okay. Yeah. We haven't seen the end of this whole stretch with automobiles, explosions, insurgents. The next phase would be large sporting events. Now, again, I hope that everything that I'm saying is wrong. How long have I been here? It's dark outside now. How long have I been live? What time is it? 6 o'clock? What time I go live? Okay, I'm gonna start to find out. I haven't been keeping track of time. Alright, I'm gonna start to bring this to a close. I'm gonna try to get out of here within the next 7 minutes. Y'all see what happens when I just start talking? Okay, so man, but there's so much more to say. Oh my God, there's so much shit to say. Anybody notice that they boarded up the White House? The next phase is sporting events, okay? Like large gatherings, sporting events. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Um, Now, if the inauguration goes smooth and everything like that, and Trump gets into office, he's already been telling people that there's going to be a mass deportation. Now, you don't think that pissed a lot of people off? Or at least they would have that as a backstory of why certain things are taking place. What's taking place on the 19th in Washington is a victory rally, right? For Trump. January 19th, backwards is 911. Hello? Stay out of large crowds. Stay your ass out of large crowds for the entire year. Especially while Jupiter is here in the House of Open Enemies. It's not a smart move. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm probably gonna go live more this year than I did last year for sure. Um, yeah. Why did I put down the 20th on my astrological prediction list? Um, but y'all remember that date, the 11th of February. It's going to be a chaotic day. Um, Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But it could be. It has the numbers to be. It has the numbers to be. Especially with the 18th degree. You don't really mess around with the 18th degree. Um, who did they say was behind the attack at the Trump Tower again? They said that the guy shot himself and then the explosion happened. Okay. Okay. And then the car blew up, but his ID survived. All right. Okay. So we were able to see who it was because of his ID. I agree. Please save this pretty please. Y'all, I promise y'all I'm gonna try. Oh, I do make my live. My lives are all available if you are a subscriber on Instagram. As soon as the live is over, they go straight on Instagram, but for subscribers. So all of my lives are available on for subscribers. I think it's like $2 a month or something. I don't know. But um now New Orleans, the reason why they started the year with the attack on New Orleans, especially in the almost in the same way that took place 20 years ago. Now, oh, I appreciate the badge. Gratitude for the badge. I love when y'all do that. 20 years ago, a lot of people heard explosions at the levees, right? Okay. One second. So a lot of people heard explosions at the levees 20 years ago, and then Hurricane Katrina happened. Now, I'm telling y'all right now, this year, if you hear the word FEMA, we have let them go too far. We cannot let them get to the stage of FEMA setting up camp. FEMA has more power than a president. That would be no good. So but I'm telling y'all, if the majority of the people realize that the power was with us, none of this shit would be taking place. They can only pull off a false flag attack or a psyop if the frequency of the collective is at a certain rate. If the frequency was this high, any false flag that they would do, we would look at and immediately dismiss it. We wouldn't give them any fear, any attention, nothing. But if the frequency is here and the energy of the false flag is here, every single time it's going to get us. We have to, and I know this isn't going to happen overnight, y'all, but in this moment, it can be the greatest turning point in human history, meaning that the majority of the collective realize how spiritual we are, how powerful we are, how connected we are, how racism is just a tool of the elite to divide us. Like, if we realized all of this, oh my God, we would make leaps in 1 year, more than the entire history of humans. If we just realize this. Now, it sounds like, too good to be true. Sometimes it is, because the majority of the people are lost in the fucking sauce, So, but we've had so many people come before us, though, who literally laid their life down trying to enlighten us, trying to wake us up, And often it's not until that person dies until we're like, oh shit, he was cooking. They were telling the truth. They must have been telling the truth if they got killed. Why does it have to take them, why can't we get the message now? Why can't we rise up now? The other thing I want to say, and I know some of y'all go get mad that I'm about to throw this at y'all and then leave, but did you guys watch the Sean Ryan podcast with Sarah? Psyop. Sean Ryan, he's ex-military personnel. I tried to watch that episode and I couldn't make it through because I was just... There are people who are controlled opposition. You have opposition to the system, and then you have controlled opposition. I don't see any of Sean Ryan's episodes ever being banned on YouTube. But one thing I want to touch on, though, is extraterrestrials and where this energy is actually coming from. Does anybody know what terrestrial means? Okay, I said I was gonna get out of here at 6:30, but um, all I want to say, y'all, like, learn to recognize a psyop when it's in front of you, a false flag. Um, Now, I will say though, I will say to that point, plasmoids are real. Plasmoids are real. Um, like orbs, those are real. And they're not just in the sky. If anybody here has ever been ghost hunting, like if you ever lived in Atlanta and there's certain parts of Atlanta you can go to, me and my homies used to go ghost hunting all the time. I mean, like places that are like hunted, right? And when you go to these haunted places, sometimes you can see orbs. Sometimes you can catch them on photos. Like that's a real phenomenon, right? So learn to discern like orbs with oh my god, there's a whole show about plasmoids on Black Magic. Are you a are you Black Magic? Cause you going hard for this person. I've never seen this Black Magic name so many times until you came here. Um, the body is terrestrial. The mind is extra terrestrial. The mind is celestial. Miss Divine, hold up now. Hold up now. How you gonna cook like this? Why you hiding all this knowledge over there? Hold up now, Miss Divine. Hold up now. Um, there are some creators I would love to cook with. There's this one girl on TikTok. I can't remember her name. Um, I don't even know her screen name anymore. Oh well. It's only a few people that I feel like I would actually link up with though. Sometimes people be on some like weird shit. I don't know. But extraterrestrials. I'll make that the topic of our next. Oh, Jolie. Jolie's my homie for yeah, most definitely. We we were we we were trying to plan a live last year. Hopefully we get to it this year. She's always cooking. If y'all don't follow Jolie, y'all go check her out. She's one of the people I follow. Um, she's shadow banned on TikTok as well, right? She always has amazing videos. Um, yeah, I'll make extraterrestrials the topic for the next live. I mean, we're starting off the year with a Thursday live. Maybe I'll just continue on bringing the Thursday lives back. I would love to do that because there's something about going live on Thursday I just really like on Jupiter Day. All right, y'all. Y'all got anything before I get out of here? Any questions? Anything? Uh, I gotta go lay down on the floor now. But oh, let me say this too. If y'all see me disappear for like a month or two, that means I'm working on like a documentary. I would love to get that done. I would love to get that done. Like a long style type of documentary, like a couple of hours. I would love to do that. Um, Hopefully, I get a chance to this year. All right, y'all. Do you have YouTube? Yeah, 5D Mystery School. 5D Mystery School. Before we get out of here, let's just have another moment of silence for our fellow humans in California. Anybody affected by the wildfires? Let's send them love. Remember, one day it can be you too. One day it can be you. Right now it's them. You're watching on social media, but that can change in a moment, you know, in the blink of an eye. So right now we are, let me just say this before I get out of here. Right now, this year, in this moment in time with Pluto and Aquarius, we have to come together, y'all. Like, we need each other more so now than ever before. Okay. Ashe. Ashe. Much love. I truly am grateful. I'm beyond grateful for everybody that, you know, that comes to hang out, spend some time, share some love. Like, words can only convey of, you know, how much, yeah, I'm more grateful than you realize. So I will see y'all next time. Keep your head on the swivel. Please stay aware. Watch your surroundings when you go out. Watch your six. Stock up on your supplies. If you can do it week by week, go buy some canned goods this week. Forget about it. Put it in the cabinets. Go buy some water. Put it away. You know. We got this, y'all. We got this. It's us. It's us. It's up. Don't get me wrong. It's up this year. But we got this. I love y'all. Peace.